This video is brought to you by Manscaped, my first sponsor. Dancing is an unspoken but mandatory skill. I was always the awkward kid at weddings, events, and parties. Now who am I kidding? I was never invited to the parties. My entire life I couldn't dance. I was totally stiff and there was no rhythm in me. But one day I've had enough and I finally started learning. This is because I was inside a VR chat and someone started shuffling at the Void Club. And just watching this person cut shapes in front of my own eyes was surreal, and this inspired me to actually start learning for myself. My brother's wedding was in 1 week, and at this point I was sick of being the kid in the corner just clapping and smiling nervously ear to ear. So I went on YouTube and searched up how to shuffle. At first I was bad, like really embarrassingly, terrifyingly bad. It looked like I had no control over my limbs and I didn't know how to control my feet. The first move that everyone learns is the running man. This is the most basic shuffle move that kind of ties everything in together. It took 3 days of constant work to finally get it down, and even then it still wasn't flawless. After watching what seemed like every single dancing video on YouTube, I ran across this channel called Steamsus. So we became good friends and I met his friend Jakey and they started video calling me from the UK to personally train me.
1, 2.
Okay, I got you. I have like a 15-minute FaceTime call. Look at my face, bro. I've gotten so much better ever since I've met them. And they're really good at dancing. Just check out some of these clips. Within a few days, I wasn't by any means a professional dancer, but I definitely wasn't the same awkward kid that just smiled at you on the dance floor. So being the virgin master, the V-card holder, there's this whole stigma around virgins being sweaty losers that just sit in their bedroom all day long and that are unhygienic, that don't shave, that don't get haircuts. And luckily, I'm sponsored by Manscaped, so even if that was to be true, we're gonna fix that today. I actually took this deal because I do take personal hygiene very seriously. And then Manscaped reached out and they said, yo, we got a light on our... I'm like, dog, they have a light, bro, a light. You're not gonna miss nothing. This thing has a 7,000 RPM motor. It's actually pretty quiet and it has skin safe technology so you don't accidentally nick your balls. They also sent me this ball deodorant and they sent me this ball toner that you can use throughout the day to make sure that your balls are smelling good. Bro, that smells like the most masculine, most dominant, most alpha male. Luckily for you and me, because it does support the channel, if you use code Lucid, you'll be getting 20% off your first order, plus an extremely comfortable pair of boxers. You also get a free leather travel bag, international shipping, and you'll be supporting the channel if you use code Lucid. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to go spray my balls. Peace. At this point, my anxiety of going to big gatherings was almost gone because I knew that if it actually came down to it and someone had to bust out a speaker, shit was going down. So that's great. I could dance, but I was still pretty awkward. So I had to get comfortable with dancing in front of people first. This started off with just showing my best friend and one family member to having dance battles with like 5 people watching me and 3 of them being recorded. My confidence not only as a dancer but as a person began to grow faster than it ever has before. I really believed in my ability to do something, which is a lesson that I've never learned from anything but dance. And there was only one way that I could get better at dancing, and that was to lock myself in a room with blasted music for hours on end and forcing myself to learn this new skill. This is my whole room right now. It's pretty dope. There's just nothing but space, which is exactly what I need. I have all this room to learn how to shuffle. I've been practicing this with the TV right there, literally for 2.5 hours straight. The clip that you're looking at on screen is my 1 week dancing progress. I might not look terrible to you unless you've ever seen any real dancer dance before, but let my lack of skill be motivation to you. When you first start dancing, all you're going to be seeing are people that are professional, that have been doing this since they were 9 or 10 years old, and they have 10 years plus of experience dancing, and that's why they can move so effortlessly and flawlessly. But if you're looking on screen right now, you can see how choppy my movements are. You can see how stiff my muscles are. You can tell that I'm forcing my legs to do certain things that don't look flawless or effortless at all. So if you're learning how to dance, take a look at how bad I was at first. You're going to be just like I am. Your legs are going to be stiff. You're not going to be effortless and flawless, and it's not going to look great. But use this as motivation. After spending hours dripping sweat and looking foolish in front of a mirror in my bedroom by myself, this moment was pretty big for me. Oh yeah! Ali! Go Ali! It was the first time that I ever really danced in front of anybody. People were shocked around me and they were looking at each other like, when did this kid learn how to dance? My confidence was through the roof. I haven't had so much fun at a wedding in my life. Dancing is the unspoken mandatory skill. It is a must. Going to big events don't scare me nearly as much as they used to. When you learn how to dance, you go from being a spectator to the life of the party. You bring joy to people, you put smiles on their faces. Everyone has a great time just watching you break out of your shell and surprise them with talent. I'll be posting an Instagram video tutorial of my favorite dance moves so you can go from being the awkward kid to the life of the party. And I almost forgot. People find it really attractive when you dance, so you're gonna need one of these. It's a V card, which is the physical representation of your virginity, and if you dance well enough, you're probably gonna lose it. Thanks for watching this video. Stay dreaming, stay lucid. I'm out. Peace.